Hello, welcome back. We're doing Chapter 2, Section 8, Solving Absolute Value Equations and Inequalities. I'm working problems 2, 3, and 4 from the textbook. These are the guided practice problems that are on the same page where the homework starts. In the real book, it's page 154, but on the PDF, it's page 69. For these problems, we are going to solve the compound inequality. We're paying real close attention to the fact whether it says or if it says and. All right, so let's get started here. This one says or, so this is going to be a disjunction. I'll solve both of these and then I'll graph them together on the same number line. So I do x subtract 7 is greater than negative 3. Add 7 to both sides, and I get x is greater than 4. Or 5x is less than or equal to negative 15. Divide both sides by 5. Now, since I'm dividing by a positive number, that does not affect the sign. I know I have a negative 15 here, but it's what you're dividing by. I'm dividing both sides by 5, and that's positive 5. So I get x is less than or equal to negative 3. I'm going to sketch a number line. And I curved it a little bit. Sorry, I probably should use a ruler. You don't have to be too picky about it. It's all right. Here's 0. Try to put 0 in there. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is going to be over here someplace, and negative 3 is going to be over here someplace. X is greater than 4. Greater than means 4 cannot equal, x cannot equal 4 because a number cannot be greater than itself. That's why I use an empty or open circle, and I want the numbers that are going to be greater than 4. And remember, draw your graph on the number line, not above it or even below it. X is less than or equal to negative 3. Because it could be equal to, I'm going to actually fill in my circle, my point, and I'm going to go to the left. All right, problem number 3. I'll move that up so you can see it a little bit. Problem number 3, this one's going to be a conjunction. I'm using the word and. So I do 3x is less than or equal to 18. Divide both sides by 3. Again, dividing by positive does not change the sign, so leave it. X is less than or equal to 6. And x plus 4 is greater than 2. Subtract 4 from both sides, and I get x is greater than negative 2. So I'm going to draw my number line. Somewhere in the middle of what you've drawn, put a 0 down. Over here on the right, I'm going to have 6, and somewhere over here I'm going to have negative 2. You can draw everything else is in there. So I'm only highlighting the stuff that I know that I need to show. So x is greater than negative 2. I'll start with the one on the left. X is greater than negative 2. Open circle on negative 2, and I'm going to start graphing it toward the other side. However, I've got x is less than or equal to 6. I'm going to close that circle, and it's going to be all of the, and I'm exaggerating how I would normally do this so you can see it with the black Sharpie. But it's going to be all of the numbers from negative 2, but don't use negative 2, all the way up to 6. And you can use 6. Another way to write this would be negative 2 is less than x is less than or equal to 6. But that's not necessary. I don't need that. One more we got here. This is going to be a disjunction using the word or. X subtract 2 is greater than negative 5. Add 2 to both sides, and I get x is greater than, oh, this seems familiar for some reason. X is greater than negative 3. Maybe I'm just having deja vu. Or 5x is greater than or equal to 25. Divide both sides by 5, and I get x is greater than or equal to 25. Oh, excuse me. just 5. Oops. And I'm going to draw the graph for that one again. Here's 0, here's approximately -3, and here's approximately +5. I'm going to have x is greater than -3, so I'm going to do an open circle on -3, and I'm going to go to the right. And x is greater than or equal to 5, so that's going to be a closed circle on 5, and I'm also going to go to the right because it's greater than. So it turns out that this is an example of where I would all I need is this one. This takes care of both. So in other words, every number that is greater than or equal to 5 is already greater than or equal to -3. So this is kind of irrelevant for that problem. Okay, see you in the next video.